What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video I did want to talk about the overall optimization here on the PlayStation 5 and Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Now I do understand it's probably going to vary at least platform to platform, so do let me know what your guys' overall experience with like the performance mode and the graphics mode on console is, and also how is the game running for you on the PC. From the gameplay I have seen, I do think the PC is actually running fairly decent, at least at max settings. I don't know how the medium settings are and all that, but again, do let me know in the comments below. Now, I do know a lot of people, including myself, were also wondering how the overall optimization might be on this game when it did end up coming out when we were all playing the beta before. For example, right now, guys, I am going to be on the PlayStation 5, and there's going to be performance and the graphics settings. I was actually messing around with both of these and have noticed something with both of them. Number one here, I have to admit, graphics settings does not look that great. In fact, going higher speeds and playing the game sometimes, it was actually hurting my eyes a bit. So I was like, you know what, let me go back to the performance mode. I noticed immediately the performance mode definitely looks better, like it does look a lot better in every single area. Not just looking at the car and stuff, but also looking at like the map itself. You can definitely tell almost like it's going to look a bit more crisp than you would actually notice when using the graphics mode. Now there is going to be a catch to that, so yes, the performance mode does look better, but I did notice going in certain areas, going fast in some places, you are then going to drop frames and you're also going to stutter a bit, at least going higher speeds or again like hitting a bunch of objects. Like if the AI hit you, they hit some stuff, the game might lag a bit, and I have been noticing that a lot more when playing it. Funny thing is, I actually was testing out a race using performance mode. I went through one area, I was like, wait a second, I can't see the stuttering here. Let me go back into my settings and put on graphics mode. I went to that same area and there was no stuttering at all in that said place. The thing about this again though is the graphics are not going to look as good in that setting, but at least you're not going to be stuttering a bit. Now there's also one other thing I did notice. Yes, the performance mode might be stuttering a bit in certain places, but I did notice it doesn't do it like the entire time or every single second. It's going to be once in a while, like if you're going insanely quick in certain places, hitting objects like railings or trees and stuff. I would then notice some of these stuttering and stuff, but it wouldn't last all that long, maybe a couple of seconds, then boom, it would be back to normal. The funny thing is, I would actually say the overall performance issues we are having here on the consoles, again guys, I don't know if PC is having problems, but if I did have to guess, they probably are too. They are most likely going to be putting a patch out hopefully here quick. That is most likely going to address some of the stuttering and stuff like that, because pretty soon I would most likely say, like, this is the second day the game was out. I would almost guarantee most people are like, hey yo bruh, we're over here playing on the performance mode. It does look great, but I am stuttering in certain places. Look guys, we don't want to get moosed. No, we actually want to be able to play the game and not stutter here and there. But again though, I do admit, like, it's not going to be every second you're actually playing. But I would probably guarantee though that everybody is most likely going to experience it. I even had a comment recently, which was actually in yesterday's video, of the person saying they were basically seeing the exact same thing in performance mode. Now, as I did mention, guys, performance mode definitely looks better. Have to admit, I've actually been playing in that pretty much the entire time I've been on the game, and I've been pretty much getting past like the entire stuttering thing here and there. Again, I really haven't noticed it like every time I drive my car, but there is definitely going to be certain places where you're like, yo, bruh, me dropping frames over here, mister. Like, it definitely looks fairly obvious. If you actually drive some of the faster cars and there's a bunch of, like, I guess the AI pedestrians everywhere, if you go past them sometimes, you're then going to notice that slight stuttering for around a few seconds, and then boom, it goes back to normal. I would definitely say this is something they could end up working on, or, most likely putting out a pretty quick patch for, because we all knew we were most likely going to have some mild issues with the optimization. I wouldn't say it's going to be like a game-breaking thing, but we can all agree it's definitely going to be pretty dang annoying. Now, if you are kind of annoyed with like the overall stuttering and stuff like that, the easy solution to this, what I did find, is going to be graphics mode. Yes, it's not going to look as good as the performance mode, but at least it's not going to stutter. Even when doing certain races going fast and stuff, it never stuttered for me once. I would probably say some players might have experienced it, but from playing the few hours I have been, guys, going back and forth on each of them, I have not really seen any stuttering on the graphics compared to the performance. So if that is going to be a bit annoying, I would say players might go, okay, you know what? Once they actually fix performance, I'll go to that, but for right now, I will play on the graphics. But at least for me, though, I'm most likely going to stay on the performance mode, even though in certain places, yeah, I'm getting some stuttering and some frame dropping, but I really do love the way the game actually looks. I also have to talk about that for a quick second. I have been seeing people saying this game's a few generations behind in like the graphics, or this game belongs on a PS3 or a PS2, and I even admit this right now, this game definitely looks pretty dang good despite the issues I'm having with like the stuttering on performance. And yeah, the graphics are toned down a bit on the graphics setting. I still think Test Drive looks pretty dang good on the PS5. And from what I have seen on the PC, guys, if you have the maxed out settings, this game looks absolutely insane. I would almost guarantee that once again we're most likely going to get some type of optimization update, at least for the console side of it. I would almost guarantee that yeah, the PC needs it, but again, like this game looks pretty dang good, man. There is no way this game actually looks like a PS2 or a PS3. That is a bit ridiculous. But I also want to say though, I do understand where you're coming from wanting better graphics, or at least the best graphics you can get, because we all do know the insane demand for gaming nowadays to where most of the games have to look amazing. But sure, if like the graphics aren't that great but the gameplay is good, I do feel like that can definitely make up for it. And the funny part is, I do feel like Solar Crown is actually going to fall directly into that category. Like, yes, the graphics might not look the best, but the gameplay, like the car sounds, the physics are so dang good. I do feel like a lot of players might look past the overall graphics and stuff like that, for right now at least, and go, okay, man, you know what, this game is fun. Let's give it a chance, because again, they can always optimize and update that stuff in the future. But do let me know what you guys think about the optimization so far in Test Drive. Now, again, this is only day 2, so I'm going to probably say a lot of players have noticed the stuttering on performance. If you are actually on console, do let me know what you guys have noticed on PC, like are the frames dropping, is the game not running that great? I would like to know your thoughts in the comments below. And also that way though, if we all discuss this in the comments and they see this, they're going to be like, okay, so we have to work on that, let's target this. Players have been noticing stuttering because a lot of people apparently have it, and I do feel like that's going to be a great way to get stuff out there and get it fixed.